If someone has strengths in certain areas, are they better off taking the GRE?
That's a great question. I was actually speaking with an admission officer earlier today about this, and he's at UCLA, and he was saying that they only took 5% of their admitted students with the GRE specifically. It's really not a major focus for law schools. Some law schools have started taking the GRE, but the LSAT is still pretty much the main game in town.
I've heard, it's said that if they're looking for STEM majors to become lawyers, so they understand IP law and they understand, patents and trademarks and research and drugs, medical products, and that assorted litigation better. And law schools thought the GRE might be one way of attracting those students who may feel reluctant to take the LSAT or might be taking the GRE anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I think that for STEM majors, of course, if you're a STEM major, if that's your background, law schools definitely want you because STEM combined with law, that's a killer combo. But as for the GRE specifically, law schools are kind of testing it out a little bit, but it doesn't have the same valid demonstrated correlation with first year law school grades. And so I think no one's really getting in with the GRE who wouldn't have otherwise gotten in with the LSAT. And one thing I should add to this is that if someone took the LSAT as an official administration, doesn't do well, then wants to do the GRE instead, that's not really a wise course of action because once you have that LSAT score on your record, that's what's going to get factored into the US News rankings. And so they'll have to consider that lower score no matter what.
And again, a student can check with the admissions department of a school to see if they would accept the GRE instead of the LSAT. You're saying having both doesn't work because if you didn't do well on the LSAT, that's going to hurt the school.
Exactly, in terms of the rankings. And of course, there is a lot of ambiguity about this. Each law school may handle things differently. We don't know how US News is going to handle the GRE thing going forward. A lot of questions, not a whole lot of answers yet. So yes, I would talk to admission officers for specifics.
And it could vary with schools year to year. Some of them are very focused on moving up in the rankings, and then we discussed earlier, this is one way to do that.
Yeah, sure, but the top 14 law schools, I don't think they have to worry too much about that.
Yes, that can worry.